Hey guys, welcome to the what. So today we will see MATLAB simulation on single phase matrix converter, right? So let's first see what is a matrix converter. So a matrix converter is a type of converter where we use the same circuit to create four different types of power electronic converters, right? So the first one is the chopper that we are going to see today, that how we can how we can control the gate pulses to convert the same circuit into a buck converter or a chopper. The second circuit or the second converter using the same circuit is the inverter, single phase inverter. The third one is a rectifier, and the fourth one is a cycloconverter. So two converters are using DC input or DC supply, and two converters are using AC supply. So today we will see the MATLAB simulation of a single phase matrix converter as a chopper, that is a DC to DC buck converter or a step down converter, right? So in a matrix converter, what we have actually? So as you can see on the screen, there are 8 semiconductor switches, right? S1A, S2B, and so on up till S4B, right? So by controlling the gate pulses to the switches, we can control the output of this converter. So right now we are using it as a chopper. So we can connect one DC source here from the input side, and from this RL load or R load we can see the output. We can uh, see the waveforms of current and voltage in the load, right? So what all things that we need? So these are the components that we need to make this matrix converter. So DC and AC voltage sources. So we are taking both of the sources. I'll show you how to control them and when to use AC and how to use AC and how to use DC, right? So RLC series branch, voltage and current measurements, IGBTs, these are the semiconductor switches that we will need, scope to see our waveforms, display to see the numbers, power GUI, that is the most important block in MATLAB, ground, one RMS block, NOT gate, constant pulse generator. We are using the ready-made pulse generator which is available in the MATLAB Simulink, and from and go to blocks. These are optional. We can directly connect using the wires as well, but from and go to blocks will make our circuit much more simpler, right? So let's start the simulation. So let's take one DC voltage source, then AC voltage source. So AC and DC voltage sources will be here. Then IGBT. Just remove this measurement port, right? So if you saw the circuit, here we can see the switches are not parallelly connected. These are known as anti-parallel connection, right? So S1 is facing downwards, S1A is facing downwards, and S1B is facing upwards, right? Similarly, this is downwards and this is upwards. So this connection is known as anti-parallel connection, right? So let's move on. Let's make one anti-parallel switch, right? So this is anti-parallel connection. This one is going down and the right one is going up. So let's copy paste them. right? So now we will take one RLC branch, RLC series branch. We'll use it as load. We will use current measurement, voltage measurement as well, display, and scope, RMS block. Now let's connect them. Let's take one IGBT because we need to connect and disconnect our AC and DC sources when we use one. Like if we are using a DC source to simulate the whole circuit as a DC to DC chopper or an inverter, then we need to shut off the AC voltage source, right? So let's take this. Now let's connect them. Let's take one constant block. So connect this constant here and here in the AC voltage source. So I can write here as when we require AC, value should be 1, and when we require DC, the value of this constant block should be 0. So to this to work, I will require one NOT gate. Right? So the logic behind this is when we put this AC equals when we require AC, we put the value of this constant block as 1. So 1 will go here. So it will energize this and this particular IGBT. And not is there, that means it will de-energize this and this particular IGBT. So DC source will be isolated from the circuit. And while we want DC source, so we can put the value of this thing as 0. So then 0 will go in the first two IGBTs, which will isolate the AC voltage source. And from this NOT gate, if 0 is coming to this NOT gate, then 1 will go in this DC voltage source gates, and this will connect this DC source with our main circuit, right? So this is the logic behind it. Now let's connect the remaining parts. Let's put the current source here. Let's take this voltage source, put across this whole thing. Let's take one ground. Connect it here. It doesn't matter. This whole below connection is the ground one. Connect the IGBTs. Make sure you do the connection in a correct way, because connection is the most important thing here. If you miss some connection or if you short circuited two things, then it would not be good, right? We will not get our results. Take the Power GUI block. We will use it and we will use continuous simulation here. We will not go for discrete. Right, so let's connect them here. Here it would be 2. Layout we can change later as well. So the first one would be the voltage, second one would be the current. Now we will simulate this particular circuit for R value. Please do let me know in the comment section if you want. I can also simulate this for RL and RLC. Normally we use it for RL only because 99.9% of our loads are RL. So right now we will simulate it in using only resistance, right? Let's take this voltage measurement across this. Take one current measurement block. Right. Voltage will go here, current will go here, voltage and this will be current. Okay, so now let's take our pulse generator. Let's design the control section, right? So this pulse generator. So now what we will do, we are running it in the chopper condition, right? So what we need to do here, 0, right? So that means our this and this switches will be energized and the first two switches will be de-energized. So this DC source will be put across this whole matrix converter, right? This is S1A. This is S1B, S2A, S2B, S3A, S3B, S4A, S4B, right? So naming the switches is very important because I will now only give commands according to the name of the switch, right? So now we will connect this pulse generator with S1A as well as with S2A, right? And let's open it. Amplitude will be 1, period will be 10, or we can put any period, right? So this is our circuit, so it will not matter. So let's take our frequency only. This will be 50% of the duty cycle, right? Okay, not so. Let's take 10,000 hertz, 10 kilohertz, right? And now the DC input voltage is 100 volts. load resistance is 10 ohms, right? So okay, we are good here. Let's see what our output is. Okay, so before this, let's take one more scope to see the gate pulses. Two switches are there, both are same only. So let's visualize them. Right. Let's take one more scope to see how, according to the switching, input will be chopped and it will convert it to the output. Right. So the first one would be the input voltage, this one. Second one would be the gate pulses, this one. The third one would be the output voltage, right? Okay, now it is good. Let's run this. So we can see here the input RMS value that it is taking is around 97.99. Some losses are there in the switches and the circuit as well. So let's see the input waveform. So the upper one is the voltage that is around 100 volts, and the below one is the current which is chopped. Why it is chopped, I will let you know. Then let's see the output. So for output, we can see the similar situation, right? So if we take one cycle, we can see for the 50% of the total cycle, it is giving us around 100 volts, and for next 50%, it is giving us around 0 volts, right? Let's understand this main thing. So now, so we can see here the first one is the input, that is DC. Second one is the gate pulses, which is pulsating, which is ranging from 0 to 1, which is pulsating in nature. So while the gate pulses are 1, when the IGBTs are charged or energized, then we are getting the output accordingly, that is 100 volts. And when it is off, we are getting no output, right? So average output that we will receive is 67.79% with 50% duty cycle, right? So if we change the duty cycle, let's go for 75%. So more the duty cycle, that means for more duration, the gate pulses will be turned on. That means for more duration, the voltage source is directly connected parallelly to the load. So we can see it increase from 69 to 83%. And if we decrease this, let's say 25, and let's see, so output is 47.88, right? So here we can see the gate pulses are of only 25% duty cycle, so we are getting output accordingly, right? So this was the simulation of single phase matrix converter as a chopper. So please do let me know in the comment section if any question is there from your side. So in the next video, we will see how to use or how to create different pulses to convert this matrix converter into an inverter. So that's all for today. Thank you. Take care. Bye bye.